Namaskar, Adab, Sat Shri Akal, a very warm welcome, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, and potentially evening to everyone who's watching, who's connected right now on the Varun Kapur show. As part of another initiative, I have started this new podcast to support our local businesses, not specifically just for Austin, but anywhere around the world. If you want any kind of visibility, if you want any kind of showcase of your business, your services, anything that you have to offer, you can definitely connect with me, reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to host you on this weekly. Yes, every week I'm going to try to be here on Sunday around 12 p.m. CST. And we could definitely have a good chit chat around what you do, what you have to offer, and how we can help and bring this community together. So, as part of that initiative, I'm so happy, I'm glad I am kicking off this podcast with another special person, special guest who happens to be local from Austin, someone who's been doing this for a very long time, and someone who would really be an asset in case you're looking for support, help, guidance, mentorship. And as a life coach, she has been kind of doing this, dedicated her life to be your life coach, someone who can empower you, someone who will make you feel, that you're on the right path. And if you're not, then she's the one who can definitely guide you on that right path. So, without wasting any more time, I'm going to have my guest on the screen. Let's get her on. And I don't know if I told you her name. Her name is Shweta, and here she is on the screen with me. Hello, Shweta. Welcome and
Hello.
good morning.
Thank you for having me, and good afternoon, 12. Yes, happy
Yes,
to be here.
welcome to the first one, and thank you for kicking this off. I think it's really good that we are kicking off with a life coach because right now, in the times that we live in, and things that are going on around us, we definitely need a lot of mentorship, a lot of guidance, like a lot of coaching as well. So I can't thank you for doing this. I gave a brief kind of introduction about yourself. Why don't you kind of elaborate a little bit? Who is Shweta? What has she been doing? And why are you here?
Hi, Varun. Thank you so much. That was a nice introduction, and congratulations on starting this podcast for yourself. Coming to the question, my name is Swetha Dhantal. I am the founder of the Conversation Nook. I am a psychologist turned into a life coach. What I have done is I have shaped my passion for personal development and emotional freedom into this fulfilling business. And my goal is just in 3 steps is to help individuals master their emotional trigger, because trigger is the center point when we is it's the epicenter when we start going down that rabbit hole of I don't know what's going on in my life. So once you can identify those triggers and deal with it, that's one of my niche that I help my clients with. The second is I help them embrace life with authenticity so that they can be themselves and live their lives for the fullest. And the third one is I help individuals cultivate that positive outlooks, not just outside towards the world, but also within, so they can have that self confidence and self worth inbuilt in them. That's about me.
Great introduction. Since people reminded me, and yes, I don't know how I forgot, but a very happy Father's Day to everyone, of course, including myself. To all the fathers celebrating this day, I'm sure you'll have plans. But thank you for everyone who's joined in and everybody who's wishing on Instagram as well as other platforms. So, again, going into a deeper discussion with Shweta, but before that, just a reminder, we are live right now on multiple platforms. We are live on, of course, my YouTube channel, but we are also live on Instagram and Twitter. And going forward, we would also be live on Shweta. And another call out or a shout out, which I want to do, is to Austin Indian Woman in Business Instagram handle. Uh, she has Priyanka, who kind of runs that, has been instrumental in making this podcast, especially the first one, happen. So thank you, Priyanka, Priya. And also, I would encourage you all to subscribe or follow Austin Indian Woman in Business handle, along with the handles that you see on the screen, which is Swetha Dhantal on Facebook, as well as the Conversation Nook. Uh, I know we will go over some questions, but let me just start with this. What is the Conversation Nook?
I have created this name especially to create this healthy, supportive environment to have a more authentic conversation between or amongst people. So this corner will provide is my niche again. My niche is around emotional well-being and emotional balance and emotional trigger. So creating this nook or this safe space will allow everybody to be vulnerable, accept their vulnerability, and open up and have difficult conversation from having a tough time in their marriage, or getting the news that your child is on the spectrum, or that there's so much to life and I feel lost, I feel stuck. So these are very sensitive and vulnerable topics in our life that we want to be able to have conversation with, and not just watch something on YouTube and do a DIY, which definitely works, but it's nice to know that there are other people, there are people to help, there is a space that you can talk, and there is a solution for everything.
Okay. So then, elaborating a little bit more on that, why would someone need, or who specifically would need a coach?
So a coach is again a specialist. So let's think of it as again, Austin is a new state. We all are in new homes. Everybody has a house. We actually faced this in the beginning of the first month when we moved to our new house. Our thermostat got stuck, or it was not working, and there was a water leakage. So the first thing we did is we did a little bit of DIY, a little bit of research, and then it went around 2-3 weeks, and we were not able to fix it. There was more electricity bill, and things were not, they were not getting better. Then we went ahead and tried something online, looking Facebook help, Instagram help, or hacks and all of that, and it did make a difference, but not really solve the problem, because we knew something was house. It's a new house. We don't want things to go bad. And then we just made a decision to call the HVAC technician to come and fix it, and he came and he fixed it in 5 minutes. And that's exactly what a coach does. I have spent time, energy, money, and my years understanding what emotions are, what emotional triggers are, and how one can learn and develop the skill of having that emotional balance across their life. And that's why I provide this service. And a person who feels that something is really wrong, they have done everything they could, they are doing everything they can, but something seems wrong, they can approach me as a life coach for emotional well-being. Second, I want to do more. The second kind of category is I want to do more. I know what I am, but I know I can be better. They can come approach me. And the third category, and I have a little extra soft space for them, is parents with neurodivergent kids. As soon as, especially Desi parents, as soon as they hit that news of your child is on the spectrum or your child is neurodivergent, it's difficult to embrace that news. So I provide special support to those parents. Just yeah, you need a specialist, so that again, we are living in this amazing time where we have specialists for everything. I have a friend who is a leadership coach, and I have a colleague who is a financial coach. So now we have these niches. We don't have to struggle. It's like taking an elevator to the gym. At the end, you have to go to the gym and do the dumbbells and work on yourself, but then life coaches and special personal coaches will help you get there in a more healthy environment and get you out in a more acceptable space.
Great, great. All right. Before I ask you the next question, there is someone in the chat uh, who's put up a comment, which I don't know if I should even bring it up, but I will still do it. Okay, let me do that. Uh, she's saying, I want to ask Shweta, every one off day, why do I get suicidal thoughts? I feel alone every now and then. I feel the same for the last okay sentence. So whatever you're saying, she's kind of connecting with that she feels everyone hates me and no one loves me. Even though I personally on the chat I have told her to reach out to you offline. But what would you say, like on a high level? Any suggestions? Any comments for that?
So the why behind it, we definitely have to get into it, but what she can immediately do is invest some time in finding that tribe where she can have this conversation with. First of all, find that space, because even let's take a metaphor of, let's say I have a paper cut or a finger cut, right? It becomes sensitive. Now I cannot go touch anything I want. I can't put my hand in a cold water, hot water. Even a brush of air can hurt me. It's that way. We are, when we are vulnerable, even the slightest comment, even the slightest a gesture, even the slightest tone might hurt us, because we are vulnerable, and we have to take the time and space to first identify where the wound is, and let it heal, if not by through time, but at least by talking and investing some kind of help, so that a quick bandage will at least keep you safe. And if you there's a high percent, again, just again, this is a very sensitive topic. I don't want to assume things and throw out suggestion that may not stick, but this is a difficult time we are living in, especially coming from the very pandemic, where we all were living in a survival mode. And coming out of a survival mode, we want to see ourselves thriving. And we are stuck in that space of, how do I go out from that survival mode into the thriving space? And we need to recognize where we are, so we can recognize what kind of solution works for us. And again, every individual is different, every reason is different. Yeah, I would.
All right. Yep. I thought so. So again, Nilima, I'm taking your name because you put it on directly with your name. Please reach out. You see the handle on the screen, Swetha Dhantal on Facebook. Otherwise, the conversation Nook, you can always reach out. Uh, Even though we were supposed to talk about this at the very end, but if you have to share your details, Shweta, please do so right now.
Yes, so I provide, first of all, I provide one on one. Okay. Right away, you can go ahead and schedule a 30 minutes free discovery sessions, where we can sit and discuss if I'm the right coach for you, or if I can provide a different tribe and different a coach who can mentor you and help you. But you get 30 minutes free discovery call with me. The second thing is, every Thursday, I have this group coaching session, where individual with similar issues, we can work together as a group and learn from each other. That happens every Thursday. Again, you can go to my Instagram. You have all the links over there in the bio for 30 minutes free discovery session or the Thursday call. And of course, I also host monthly workshops with respect to personality development and emotional well-being.
Perfect. All right, going back, so this was a good segue as well, Nirima. Thank you for bringing up such questions, because I would also love to know, right? What kind of clients do you work for? What kind of people do you work for? Or what is that kind of ideal set of customers, if I could call them, for you?
Right. So there are three specific niche or clients that I accept, because I cannot help everybody, but there are three specific clients that I accept. One is a one-on-one session, where I sit individually with that individual and understand what their triggers are, what has been their default emotion, what has been their pattern so far, what kind of personality they have, and what are they willing, and what their goal is to go. Like, again, you can't go from anger to happiness. You have to go through that a journey of going from one spot to the other. So I do one-on-one sessions over there. An individual who thinks something is really off and I'm not comfortable, there's more to life. The second is, again, like I said, the second one is, I know what I am. I want to do more, and I sit with them and create this individual map. Understand that, again, for example, when we go to a company, we hear these terminologies like, you don't match our company value and belief. This is not the company value. And but how many of us have sat and discussed, or identified what my personal values are, what my personal culture is? So if you don't know what you are, you will get swayed away with everything around your world. So that's what I do with the second client. Understand what they are, discover them, discover their authentic self, and build their individual map that they can use to create their goals in life, aspirations, and achieve niche wherever they want to go. The third one is, again, parents with neurodivergent kids. Now, these section of parents, especially Desi parents, uh, getting that news, changing their approach towards life, towards their kids, it becomes very sensitive. So I provide niche, personalized support to such parents.
Okay, cool. All right. I was looking at your website as well. For people who, I think she already mentioned it. It's called the conversationnook.com, and you will find all the details. Of course, you will also find a good kind of information how to connect with her. So I would definitely encourage you guys to go to her website, which is the conversation nook nook.com, and you will find all the information. I saw there, of course you've already mentioned about it, the tagline: break free from your emotional triggers to achieve emotional balance and freedom. It's a big thing for just as a quote as well, but if you look at it, it's a very, very uh, inspirational kind of thing that everybody right now in these times need it. Now, based on that, what would be those three, I would say, misconceptions working on emotions or self development that you see that definitely need to be busted?
One, I have very like a theme of a topic that I most often hear and listen, especially in discovery session, is they come with, I am feeling this and I want to be this. Like I said, it's not like a switch on and switch off. These are all emotional regulators. Think of me as an emotional regulator expert. I will help you understand what your regulation is, how you regulate, and we need to build that map of how you can go from, for example, anger, resentment to happiness, or even moving on. I had a client who said, I need to move on from this relationship. I need to get out of this. I want to be where I was. So, such goals are not as healthy as they seem, because you need to first understand uh, the progress a person needs to go through. Otherwise it's just going to be, the trigger is not completely handled. You want to be able to understand your progress and map that progress so that the next time you're in a similar situation, you know what to do. The second misconception is, going to a coach or going to a counselor or going to a therapist is an endless session. It's never ending, but that's not true. The first few sessions you come to a counselor or a therapist or a life coach is we set goals for you. What kind of goal is more less self-sabotaging, is more healthy, and is more achievable, and is more authentic to you. Rather, that I had a client who came to me and said, I work, I take care of kids, I clean the house, and yet my husband is upset. How do I make my husband happy? But the goal has to be, what can I do? Either explain my husband how things work and I don't have bandwidth, or that how can I be satisfied with what I'm doing and not um, uh, depend on my husband's point of view about me. So we have to change and create that goal and then start working towards it. So it's not endless. We always have goals. And the third one is, individuals think they have to go to a coach or a professional only when things go down the drain. That's not true. You can approach, just because, let's say, like I said, I know who I am, I know where I want to be. Even if you have all the goals in mind, but going to a coach gives you that elevation, speeds up your process, and a coach has a view that you may not have. So they give you the professional help and experiential help, and a more how do you say, a guided approach, where you don't have to be on the you don't have to be in a rabbit hole to ask for help. You can be pretty much where you are and catch that elevator to go up. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. All right. I see, a lot of people connecting as well. So I would encourage all of you to please make sure, if you have any personal questions, anything, you can always reach out to Shweta directly. Her handle is on the screen: Swetha Dhantal on Facebook, and the Conversation Nook on Instagram. And you can always DM her, get in touch with her, and she'll be more than happy to set up. If I heard correctly, one free session, or what was that? What?
And the first 30 minutes discovery session is always free, so that we can discuss if we are good for each other, a good
Great,
fit.
great. All right. So and now, since this conversation is going around, how to motivate, self motivate, also get guidance. Uh, Maybe I'll put up a personal question. How can I personally worry less? How can I enjoy more with my friends, my family, and still be happy that I'm going on the right path? What would be that secret?
Right. In my understanding, we tend to worry and enjoy life less because of either we lack knowledge of what we are doing, where we are, or we lack skills. So if we can develop that knowledge, let's say again, I work towards emotions and trigger. If you're going to put yourself in a difficult situation or an environment that you're not comfortable with, you need to increase your knowledge of yourself and develop skills. How can I handle myself in such situations? So by increasing knowledge, for example, every time we want to write exams, we get nervous. It is because either we lack knowledge or we lack skills on how to handle or what to write during an exam, and the subject matter expert. So improving knowledge and working on our skills will definitely elevate our happiness towards life, and we can focus more on life rather than worrying what we don't know.
Okay. So you mentioned about also enhancing your skill set, or getting more knowledge around your area. But sometimes even with that, I and again, I don't want to just put myself on that, but I would put, like, generalize it, that a lot of people like me uh, lack that self confidence. How can we build that? How can we get that self confidence in ourselves?
So this is actually a very personal question to me as well, because I have gone from that. We all go through that phase of, I don't feel good in my skin, I don't feel good in my career, I don't feel good in my relationship, all of that. So what I have learned and understood and accepted is three step. It's a threefolded. One is say what you mean what you say, and follow through. It can be simple things like I will go to the gym. If you don't mean it, don't say it. But if you say it, go do it and follow through. Simple things like I will clean up, I will take care of this, or I will stand up for myself, or I'll set boundaries. Anything, just three steps. Say what you mean what you say, and follow through will automatically boost your confidence, but will it because it's going to put you in a position to elevate your integrity. So as long as you have that integrity, your self-confidence, your self-worth will stand by you. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. All right. I'm gonna, since we are almost at the end of the half hour that we had scheduled. Uh, how about you tell me a little bit about some of the takeaways? Like, what is that one lesson that you, as a coach or as a mentor, have learned?
Yes, one takeaway that I have learned, and I would definitely want everybody who is listening, um, or yes, would be to invest time in your tribe. And what I mean by tribe is we either emphasize a lot on family, just family, or just romantic relationship, or just the child, or just ourselves. But creating and investing time on building that tribe will help you in when you're in your most vulnerable state. Now, having that personal or supportive network not only increases uh, your percent of achieving your personal goals, it also improves your mental health 50% of the time. It reduces your stress by 20%. I understand we are in a phase where we all want to become more independent, but I feel our independency is putting us in a position of becoming more lonely. So again, ask yourself, are you becoming independent, or you're just self isolating yourself from the environment? Because how being in a negative environment might disrupt your progress. Keeping yourself in a positive environment will increase your life expectancy, your life, your health, your mental health, your achieve everything that you're planning to do, and gives you that safe space to be yourself in case you don't want to be. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Thank you for that. Before we end, one more time, if you could share all your details, your social media handles, your number, if you're comfortable sharing, or your email address, so that if somebody wants to reach out to you, they can reach out through those.
Yes. So my social media handle is the conversation Nook. The email ID is conversation.nook at Gmail ID. You can go to the website. You will have the numbers, the emails, and the private chat as well. Again, you can book 30 minutes free discovery session, just so we understand we fit each other and we can help each other. Second, Thursdays we will have I host group therapy sessions or group coaching sessions based on the niche topic that the group would like to discuss. And I will also be coming up with workshops, monthly workshop on for personality development and emotional well-being.
Great. Thank you once again, Shweta. Now, before I end, one more time, I'm going to repeat. Uh, this is an initiative started for the community, of course, by the community, supported uh, very much by our own people here in Austin. But I don't want to just kind of fixate it to Austin. So if you are anywhere around the world and you need help, any visibility, you want to showcase your services, your offering, please reach out to me. Big shout out to Austin Indian Woman in Business. So thank you, Priya, for getting this going. Shweta, its conversation was definitely very enlightening. I'm sure we'll have more of such conversations. Again, one more time, the website to reach out or to read about Shweta is theconversationnook.com. You can always book the 30-minute, and I would encourage you all to do that. For people like Nilima who just pinged, please definitely reach out to her. I definitely would encourage you to speak for all the issues, and maybe you'll be uh, kind of out of that situation that you're in right now, and for others as well, be it the professional life, be it personal life. I would encourage you at least get this 30-minute, which is, of course, absolutely free, to at least have that discovery session done with Shweta. So, once again, thank you so much, Shweta, for kicking off this podcast. Really love this conversation. We'll have more of these. Also, I would encourage, guys, all of you, if there are any topics, any issues that you would like me to showcase, or anything that you would like me to bring on this podcast, please DM me, email me. You could always call me. You know my numbers, and or you could email me as well. Uh, it's just not about life coach. It's just not about personal life. It could be professional life as well. Um, Today Shweta did mention about how you could always learn more, grow in your area as well if you invest more time, if you invest more efforts around those engagements. So I would encourage you to always connect with life coaches like Shweta. uh, it's just not that they have more experience or expertise. It's also sometimes you need that safe corner, and that's the safe corner that Shweta was talking about. So reach out to her, and let's make our community better, safer, and more stronger by bringing everyone together. On that note, any last parting words, Shweta?
Yes. Just talking about the tribe, even today I invest my time in creating that tribe for myself. Again, this is a business, so I look for a business coach. Because this is speaking skills, I look for a speaking skill. Again, for dressing up, I also look for someone who can help me look a certain way. So there is help, and there are different professionals that can help you. So you just have to figure out what kind of help you want, and please don't shy away from asking and lending your hand or opening your hand. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you once again. And I'm so happy to see this message, Nilima. She says she has already booked, or she's done through your website, I guess. And she's also thanking us for inspiring on the other side of the world. Uh, Thank you so much, Nilima, even for the first podcast, even though I was not expecting it's a Sunday afternoon and, too late in India, but really heartfelt gratitude to you, to everyone who's going to join later as well, for showing your love and support. And that's what we want from our community. Uh, Tell us how we can help you, how we can bring the community together. And that's the whole goal of this particular podcast. Thanks again, everyone. I will see you next Sunday with another wonderful host and a wonderful guest. So, on that note, signing off. Take care. Have a blessed Father's Day, everyone. Happy Father's Day once again. Thanks, Shweta. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.